Hey everybody, I'm Marlon. Welcome to the channel, Marlon's 420. So tonight I was looking at some of these drinks that people have been talking about both on here on YouTube and X. There's a bunch of different brands of THC drinks that have become available in non-legal or medical states because of, again, the 2018 Farm Bill. It legalized marijuana in all 50 states for all intents and purposes. Everything may not be actually legal, but it is. Anyways, so this one is one that I did not finish this one. It's not because of strength or anything like that, but this one, as you can see, is unopened, and I'm gonna give it a try. That's really bad. Now that was the issue that I remembered and I knew was gonna be, what that is one of the biggest issues. Okay, it's called, you're not gonna be able to see it because it's too small, but it's called lemon elderflower. It has like a effervescent, clean taste to start when you first put it on your tongue. But as soon as it starts to get towards the middle, sides, and back, where a lot of your bitterness comes from, umami comes from, and then things like, uh, it's hard to put into words, but it's like the factor comes from right in the back of your tongue, on the back of your throat, and this lights it up. Like for me, anyways, that factor is just on fire. I'm not going to take another sip of that. Now there have been other things that I've tried, and I'll do some of the reviews for them. One being a root beer, a couple other things. But anyways, these say they have 5 milligrams of THC, no THCA, no Delta 9, none of that. It just says THC with 10 milligrams of CBD and 2,200 milligrams of lion's mane mushrooms. Now, 5 milligrams of THC, if that's what this has in it, would be a very, very low dose for for the vast majority of people. It says USA grown and craft extracted cannabis plus lion's mane. Uh, yeah, I'm trying to find if they've added Delta 9 to it or not, because some of them says, made with real hemp derived THC less than 0.3% by dry weight, which is what it has to be legally. Yes, so here it's okay, so it's saying that they haven't added Delta 9, but I don't know. They can't add Delta 9 technically up to a certain point, but what a lot of people do is add Delta 8 and call that THC, which it technically is. Delta 8 is a byproduct of THC, like Delta 9 is, but that's not what they're getting that from. Anyways, it doesn't seem like they've added any Delta 8 or anything else to this, but I do wonder where they're getting the THC whatever from. I digress. I guess it's less than a weight. But 5 milligrams, I get nothing from it. I don't feel anything from these other than the factor at the back of my throat. I know several girls who are smaller have tried these. They don't get nothing from them. They call them stackable, and I'm sure they do for $6, $7, $8 a piece. And those are the two issues, right? Well, three, two, whatever, right there. It does not taste good at all. It is not strong. Does not give any real effect for me or other people I've talked to about it at all. And it is almost $8 a can here where I am, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's what I paid for these. Now, one of the other ones I was talking about had like 50 grams of THC in it, 50 milligrams of THC in it, and they were like double the price, so $14, $15 for a drink, with 50 milligrams of THC in it, supposedly. And people are just going to keep saying, like, Brandon, why are you saying supposedly? This THC, blah, 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 whatever. The reason we're able to get THCA in nug and in the vapes and all that is because THCA, until it is heated up or decarboxylated for food and drinks, is what all marijuana ever has been in its raw form. Like this stuff I was talking about in the other video. We're able to get this stuff because of that. Now, most of the drinks and food products you'd see out west have been the marijuana has been decarboxylated and then put into whatever they're making food or drink products from THC with. Like, excuse me, another one that I have that is legitimate would be these. I know it says Skittles, and that's, you know, what they are. But I don't know how well you can see it, but there's the little California tag right there. Or right there, I should say, sorry. But these are, you know, there's 600 milligrams of THC in here. Real THC decarboxylated. When you eat it, you get a result. When you eat THCA, marijuana that has not been decarboxylated, you do not get high from it. You get no benefit at all. It doesn't help with your seizures, doesn't help with headaches, doesn't help with insomnia, does not activate, period. I mean, I'll walk that back. Maybe a very, very, very small percent may get turned on. But the vast majority is just going to be a waste. Like when we were kids and mixing just straight up weed into the muffin mix or brownies or whatever. It doesn't, I mean, it did work to an extent because we cooked it. It heated it up. But it would have been a lot better if we'd have done it the proper way, like they do with stuff like this. Now, I'm not saying that they haven't done that here. I just don't know how they're legally putting THC into things like this in my state in Alabama and the rest of the country where they're selling these at, where states have not legalized or whatever. It's a gray area, and the reason I bring it up or talking about it is because I don't even know how these things technically would work if the product hasn't been decarboxylated first and then made like this. If it hasn't, it's not going to work. It doesn't really have, you can say it has THC in it, and it technically does, I guess, but it's not going to be active. And even the 50 to 7, I think the strongest I've had was like a 70 something, and none of these things have even started to affect me that I noticed at all. And the most expensive one was close to $20 a piece. Now, like I said, these are like $8 each in Alabama. So, anyways, that's my experience with these types of, with BREZ in particular. That is my experience with these. If you're interested and you just want to see what they taste like and if they actually do anything, you may splurge for them once if you want to. But other than that, guys, I cannot say that it's worth spending the money on these things. Not in any state that it, I mean, it's not going to be worth it. Just not, in my opinion. Anyways, that's it for these. Who else out there has had stuff like this? THCA drinks, THC drinks in non-medical, non-legal states where we're working off the 2018 Farm Bill for legality. Sorry. So let me know who else has experienced stuff like this. Does it have any benefit or effect with you or not? Because, like I said, no, for me. Anybody else who's had an opposite experience, let us know. That's what I really started and had the idea for this channel for, is for people to share and exchange information as the marijuana market, both medical, legal, and otherwise, changes drastically over the next few years and becomes more corporate. It is going to be essential for channels like this and us to share information and really sort of protect each other from the corporatization of marijuana. So anyways, get down in the comments, let us know. If you haven't already, I'd really appreciate you hitting that sub button. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to help each other with things like that. Like I said, if you enjoy Warhammer, I talk about that sometimes on the channel too, and we're probably going to start up Weed and Warhammer Wednesdays more consistently. I did it this last night, so hopefully next week too. Anyways, thank you all very much. Hit that like button if you can. I'm Marlon. We'll be back soon. Cheers.